Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming back. And hi, we have everybody this time.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Um, just to remind everybody or let you know if you're here for the first time, this is our session 3 of Neverland and the Runaways. It is a little bit of a play test for the Homebrew D&D 5th edition setting that I'll be releasing when we finish this arc. Before we get started, I just want to let everybody know about all the cool sponsors that sponsor Welcome to the Party RPG, like Tabletop Loot, our awesome dice sponsor. They provide fine dice for all your gaming needs, and you can head over to www.tabletoploot.com and use the code WTTPDICE, that would be, to get 15% off your next purchase. And also, my personal friend Maddie and his amazing merch shop are the sole provider of Welcome to the Party merch. So you can head over to sonerdwear.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. Also, there is a t-shirt for the Neverland setting in Maddie's store as well. So nerdwear, it's what the nerds wear. Welcome to the Party is also now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the virtual tabletop that runs straight out of your web browser. You can get everything that you need to play with your friends at the click of a mouse. And you can get click-to-roll character sheets. You could get built-in video voice chat. You can even upload your own maps and your own custom tokens. And you can do that with a free basic account on roll20.net. So sign up now at http://roll20.net/start/WTTP. And finally, Welcome to the Party is proudly sponsored by Devin Rue, who has provided huge support to the community since we launched. For some of the best, my favorite word in the world, cartographical content on the web, please check out rueinc.com, which is RUEINK.com. And we have a Patreon, not only goes to support the channel and the amazing people who support it. Your generosity allows us to keep working on our mission to platform amazing LGBTQ and BIMPOC players and creators. So check us out at patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg. And always come and join us in the Discord. I would love for all of our amazing players today to introduce themselves, especially since we finally have a full party. So can we start with our new addition, our Russ, please tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Hi, everyone. I am Russ Wild. I will be playing Anuj, a half-elf paladin.
Awesome. Okay, and Sarah?
Hi, I'm Sarah. I am playing Tessa, a human wizard.
I'm Diana. I'll be GMing as per the usual. So I'll be playing everyone and no one. Morgan?
Hi, I'm R. Morgan Slade, and I'll be playing Riddance, who is a bard / maybe something else today.
And Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate. You can find me on Kate's D8s, and I'm playing Auralee.
Wonderful. So we had a very eventful session last session. So to quickly recap, our new band of lost ones had been ready to go on a little adventure with Pan and Nibs to confront / maybe murder a new pirate aboard the Jolly Roger. You opted for a sneak attack mission, which went a type of way. You sneakily did board the Jolly Roger, made it a few steps inside, but some heavy-handed actions and some loud surprises led to First Mate Smee waking the entire ship and Captain Hook himself coming to confront you all. The battle took place on multiple layers of the ship. A first mate Smee was thrown overboard and fed mercilessly to a crocodile.
Whoops.
And the mysterious new pirate aboard the Jolly Roger did show her face, specifically to Riddance, asking him to run away and find safety with the mothers. She almost tipped you overboard into a getaway boat, but you resisted to stay behind and save your friends who were in quite a dire situation. Everyone did make it out okay. Some of you by just the skin of your teeth.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's fine.
Some of you may be literally dead. And you made it back to the floating islands, at which point you were healed. Nibs as well was healed. And Pan flew off saying he needed some fresh blood around here. And he flew up into the night sky. You, presumably all rested, got a much needed night's sleep and revived yourselves, feeling a bit extra revived. You went through so much yesterday, and when you wake, it almost feels a little bit like a dream. You know it happened, but it's just, it doesn't feel so real. And this feeling is a little unnerving, but you're all sure that everything that happened yesterday definitely did happen. And you wake up stronger, some of you feeling a little bit changed and ready to see what the next day in Neverland brings. Upon waking up, it's a little different. Pan does not fly overhead to shower you with your daily dose of fairy dust. This time, it seems Pan has not returned yet. But you wake, the rest of the lost are around and going about their day. The only folks that seem to be missing are Pan and their fairy companion that is always with them. Otherwise, what would the three of you like to do until Pan shows back up?
Excuse me. I actually remember Riddance losing his blanket. What has been his attitude kind of around that since? Has he realized he's lost it?
Riddance?
He's he slept cold last night.
I'm gonna find some cloth and make him another blanket.
Yeah.
You'll notice he will grab for it and then it's just not there.
Oh,
and
no.
he'll like when you want to pick up a box and it turns out the box is empty, just that sensation of like, oh, you notice him do that throughout the day.
I'm gonna go find some cloth scraps and make a blanket.
Okay. The place in which you are able to find most of things you need are in that sort of weird pile of abandoned items that where you got some of your weaponry and your armor on your first day in Neverland. So there are actually some like old clothing, old pieces of fabric, strands, and things that you're able to kind of hobble together enough to try to make a new blanket. I'll give you a performance roll and let you spend some time on that. What would Tessa be up to?
She's gonna go for the food, like the general stew of things. That's in the middle of camp. Have some of that, and then look around and just see that Arlie is poking at that pile of stuff, and just wander over and kind of, hey, what are you looking for?
Hi. Riddance lost his blanket yesterday,
Oh yeah,
so I think I'm gonna make him a new one.
that's really nice of you. Can I help?
Sure. If you can find pieces that are about this thick,
Okay.
and we can put them together.
I
Okay.
can't sew, but I can find things and just dig around looking for stuff too.
Absolutely. That'll give you advantage on your performance roll to put that blanket together.
Okay.
And Riddance, what would you like to be doing? You do notice that Toodles is kind of watching you throughout the morning, not in any sort of creepy way. Just she's staying close by, keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, well, first thing Riddance is going to do is pull out his card and open it up and put a tick in it that he forgot to do the night after.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of take a look at it and fold it back up and nestle it away.
Yeah.
And he's gonna spend his 10 minutes talking to himself.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe Toodles is close enough to hear him, and he's kind of like he's kind of muttering to himself, but it's a little clearer this time, and he's like, I don't know, Suds, like, do you think maybe Tessa knows? Do you think maybe I should go ask? Okay.
Toodles, before you are able to walk over, it's just kind of intercepts you, and she's closer in your height stature than everyone else you've been rolling with, so it's kind of easy for her to get in your line of sight, and she just like, you don't have a fairy with you, do you?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Sudsberry, and he just points to the empty space beside him.
Oh, hi, Sudsberry. She'll put out a hand and look at you like,
It's okay, Suds. It's Toodles.
oh, okay.
And Toodles will feel the hand.
Okay. She'll shake it, look a little confused, and she'll turn back to you. Did I miss anything good yesterday?
You missed a lot of really bad yesterday.
Oh. Well, everybody came back.
I guess that's good.
Well, as long as you're all right, I don't want to keep you. Just stay safe today, and you remember you can't fly today, and until Pan comes back. Don't go
Okay.
jumping or anything.
Okay.
Okay. Toodles will kind of shuffle off and let you reconvene with the group.
I guess Riddance is probably starting to look around and see if he can find Tessa at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see Tessa kind of rummaging through a pile of stuff, while Arlie is kind of sewing away And they're together. They're by this big pile of stuff.
Riddance will just like kind of like super march, run up to them.
Oh, good morning, Riddance.
Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
Actually, can you come here for a second? I'm gonna kind of measure his height and like the squares that I have to see how much blanket I need to make. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. I'm gonna go back. Keep going.
Riddance will just kind of like look up at Tessa and say, Tessa, can I talk to you for a sec?
Sure. Just take a few steps away from the pile of stuff.
So yesterday on the pirate ship when there was lots of stuff happening, there was all that kind of stuff. There was a pirate with a lot of imagination, and she was talking to me, and she had so much imagination. It was so much fun. We like play fought for a sec. It was super cool. And she said we have to go find the mothers.
Okay.
So I think we should go, and then you could probably meet my mom. She's probably there.
What if anything, do I know about the mothers besides that they exist?
So you know that Pan has forbidden anyone to go near them. You know that they are not anything you've ever seen. You've never seen them in real life at all. But you've heard Pan mention them. You've heard other lost ones mention them. And it's always been negative. But unlike the other two rogue groups who you have seen, you've never seen them.
Okay. Did she say where they were? Where you could find her and the other mothers?
She just said to run away.
Okay.
Just to run away and go find them. But it's probably cool. I mean, I'm sure they're all really, really busy. Like my mom was usually really, really busy, but I'm sure she had lots of time for us, and I could introduce you, and I'm sure probably like you probably.
Oh, thank you. You said your mother's here, and
Well, I don't. She's just probably there. She said the mothers are there, so my mom's probably there. My mom's probably there.
I don't think we can go anywhere right now. Miming pixie dust falling from the air. But when Pan gets back and we can fly again, we can go look for them.
Okay.
Just kind of, I'm DM just looking around. Are Toodles, Nibs, any of Pan's crew around listening to this?
Nobody's within earshot of you right now. However, when you look around and do that cursory look, you can see that Toodles is always kind of keeping an eye. Right now, she's just kind of sitting in the dirt, drawing in the sand, and does every once in a while go and look over at you. Nibs is at the front of the camp, cross-armed and surveying pretty much at all times. But still not in earshot.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, how old is Riddance? What age are we working with here?
So, from what I understand, Dragonborns age faster, physically.
Okay.
He hasn't told you how many birthdays he's had, but he's developed like a 13-year-old kid kind of thing.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think we can't go anywhere right now. I feel like jumping off of these islands would hurt. But when we can certainly go look for them.
Okay, sure. That sounds like so much fun. Let's totally do that. Probably do it twice. It'd probably be so much fun. We'd probably want to do it again.
Absolutely. Just give him a little half hug. Just not quite like the Liz Lemon pat, but kind of a half
little Christian side hug. Okay.
Yeah, little side hug.
Okay. Okay, good.
Tessa?
Yeah?
Can you show me how to set things on fire?
Absolutely.
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah. And I just
It was
snap and just like a little spark of flame just with whatever cantrip that is, prestidigitation, just like faking.
Yeah.
he'll
flame and
copy it.
Looking real cool.
He'll like mirror copy the action and copy the prestidigitation, but it's like way more neon, I guess, his colors.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. All right. What color neon do they show up?
It matches the frills on the back of his head. It's like pink and yellows.
All right,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
As this wholesome conversation is happening, high up in the sky, in the depths of space, Anuj, you are tumbling through the sky, barely holding on to the leg of this person, maybe, who has just torn you from a very dangerous situation. They are flying and laughing whimsically as though you're playing a game and having the most fun. But the scenery around you is terrifying. When you can get a look, there are stars everywhere, planets, swirling balls of light, kind of swirling past you as you fly through the air on the back of this creature, until off in the distance ahead of you, you see a floating mass of an island, big, bright, several suns like all around it. It looks like an oil painting and not like anything else around you. And you're headed straight for it. As you tumble through the air, you kind of burst through this imaginary wall, and all of a sudden this image that looked like a oil painting becomes real, and you're inside and flying over this beautiful island with snow and forest and desert all kind of patched near each other in a way you've never seen. And you're flying and tumbling through the clouds when you lose your grip on Pan's ankle and tumble for a moment and drop something. You look, and before you can reorient yourself, you can barely see where it went, just somewhere over the what looks like a jungle below you. Pan, just barely in time, pulls you out of the way of a tree that you were about to fly straight into and guides you back. In a few moments' time, you come over a set of smaller floating islands that are just hanging, hovering above the rest of this strange land. You see some people on it. They look normal, like people you've seen. And Pan is guiding you that way. Starts to make a bit of a crowing sound out as you approach closer and closer, and you hear that crowing sound return to you by a massive group of people. And when you get closer and closer, Pan will start to help guide you down out of the sky. It's all very disorienting to be up there in the first place, and Pan like lets you touch down, and they touch down first. And all of a sudden your feet are planted again on something like solid ground, even though you know that these islands are in the air. Everything is bright. Everything is strange. The air smells fine and normal and full of grass and things that smell familiar. And Pam turns to you and says, well, whew, welcome to Neverland then.
I have a question for you, the DM.
Yes.
How much of the situation that I was in do I remember? Like, do I remember everything that's happened? Like,
you remember everything that just happened.
Mhm.
And let me see if I have your. It's good. I forgot what you had rolled.
I didn't roll anything because I'm new.
Oh, that's true. That's right. Will you, I'm sorry, will you roll a D6 for me?
Sure. That's a 1.
Fantastic. You remember everything that just happened before coming to Neverland. Upon setting your feet down, though, you feel like everything that happened before the events of today start to feel scrambled and like they're behind a thick curtain. You almost like when you wake up from a dream and you start trying to remember it to hold on and you can feel it go away. That's the feeling that you're getting when you try to remember anything past the events of today.
Okay. Anuj has tears in their eyes, but they aren't sure why. And they just kind of look at Pan and go, "Where am I? What's Neverland?"
Oh, Neverland? It's the best place. It's the place of joy, the place of dreams, place of adventure.
Why am I crying?
I don't know. That's weird.
And who are you?
I'm the best there ever was. You can call me Pan.
Okay. And they start kind of wringing their hands together. Pan, how long have I been here for?
Oh, well, we just got here. This is my home.
Okay.
I took you here, to keep you safe, but also because it's so fun.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm just a little confused.
Oh, sure, but that'll go away. You'll get used to it.
Okay. So what do you normally do around here?
Anything we want. Adventure.
What kind of adventures?
Well, sometimes we go and we kill pirates. Sometimes we go and fly with the fairies. Sometimes, I don't know,
Why would we kill pirates?
because we kill pirates.
But killing isn't good.
What do you mean?
Killing's bad.
Pan, like, when you say those words, looks deeply confused and then kind of shakes it off and is like, I don't really know what that means, but it's a lot of fun. Anyway, I mean, there's a ton of people here. They're all, they're all here like you from somewhere else. And they're all here to have fun and adventure. I mean, you don't have to kill pirates if you don't want to. I'm just saying, it's a load of fun.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I'd be comfortable killing anyone, honestly.
That's cool by me.
All right, I'm gonna go and explore. How do you fly?
Oh,
How am I
Right.
supposed to get to these other islands?
Pan like takes the fairy that's always kind of darting around his head, and he grabs her and blows in her face. She kind of like, and a bunch of fairy dust trickles off of her and onto you. And Pan says, "Well, that ought to last you for the rest of the day. Speaking of which," and he just flies up over the island and starts sprinkling fairy dust all over all of you. My 3 previous lost ones, you see this all happen. You're alerted to this at the time that you first hear Pan crow above the island. And when they both land, everybody is kind of paying attention and watching this go on to see what is happening. So you see Pan drop down with this new person. And in fact, could you describe what you look like, Anush?
So I made a mistake when I was giving my intro. Anuj is actually a full elf, not a half elf.
Oh, okay.
So they look to be early to middle teen-ish. They're probably around like 5'4", kind of short. They have dark skin and like long black hair that's tied into a complex braid. They have like strangely, they're wearing very plain clothes, not like armor or anything, just like casual, like at home clothes. But there's like some sort of black, like soot or something all over them. They have like these very nervous looking brown eyes. Like they seem very nervous, and you can see that they seem to be constantly wringing their hands right now. And they seem very unsure of what's going on. Yeah.
Okay. So you see Pan drop this new elf down onto the ground, have a quick little conversation, and then Pan flies back up overhead and dusts you all with your daily dose of fairy dust. And then Pan seems to fly off to do who knows what. After that, business kind of returns to usual. Most of the lost don't really seem to pay attention much longer than the duration of exactly that. A couple fly off the floating islands and go away. Otherwise, what would y'all like to do?
I look over at Riddance and kind of nod my head towards the newcomer. Like, do you want to greet them?
Riddance pulls the card out of his like little spot and looks up at Tessa and goes, I don't want to make them mad.
Do you want me to go with you?
Okay.
I hand the scraps of cloth that I've collected to Arlie and walk with Riddance over to Anuj.
Okay.
Anuj is definitely just like standing completely still, like a deer in headlights. The only thing that's moving are their hands, just kind of like wringing together, just like constantly adjusting, not sure like what position to be in. Yeah, that's what they look like right now.
So I guess Anuj would see like a 4.5, maybe 4 feet tall dragonborn kid kind of hobbling up beside Tessa.
And what does Tessa look like?
Yeah, Tessa is average looking human, pale skin, freckles, and just an absolute like chaos mane of curly brown hair.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nudge Riddance like as much of a shoulder bump as I can do for somebody who's probably a solid foot and a half shorter than me.
Yeah. Rin's just kind of like half trips forward, and he pulls out this this ratty card, and he kind of like half holds it up, and it says, "Hi, I'm Riddance. Greetings. How are you doing? Are you okay?"
I'm okay. I'm just confused. I think I dropped something. I don't know where though. Oh, I'm Anuj. How are you?
Hi, Noosh. And Rin's just kind of
I'm-
like,
Hi, I'm Tessa. This is Riddance.
Hi.
Hi.
So do you all kill pirates too?
Mm, there was one time.
Oh. Is it fun?
Riddance walks
She
away.
kind of she kind of like stumbles at that, like
Because
I
Pan said it was
I
fun,
don't
and I don't think it is.
I don't think it was fun. I feel kind of weird about it, honestly.
Okay.
But
What?
snaps out of it.
So how do you fly? Pan just kind of threw some ashes or dust or something at me, and it got all over my face.
Yeah, I sneezed the first solid week I was here with that. You just think really happy, warm thoughts, things that make you smile. And Tessa's gonna think about just the thank you. The just this feeling of that she gets whenever she's been drinking like really nice warm herbal tea, and just kind of the sense of that and the memories that she does have from before, which are very muddled, and just kind of floats a few feet off the ground.
Yeah.
I think that Anuj tries to copy you in the sense of just like trying to think those happy thoughts. And I think they get weird flashes. Like, I don't think that they really can settle on anything. I don't think their mind settles on anything. And then they just feel heat. And I don't think they can fly.
I think I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw to see how you can recall any sort of feeling like that.
Sure. That is a... Which number is that? Okay. That is a 12.
That's a 12. The first time you try to do this, Anuj, you get those flashes, you get those heat, you know you're searching for something comforting, like she described. And you can feel that it's there somewhere. It's just so heavily veiled that you just basically can't like tear it free. But it's frustrating. You feel like it's right there. You know that you have something that you can recall. It just feels a little out of reach.
Huh. I can't get it.
It took me a while too. I don't remember a whole lot. I have just flashes of feelings that I use when I want to fly, and just sort of settles back down 2 feet on the ground. It'll come.
Okay. I want to look where Riddance went.
He's
Okay.
like when I say walked away, he like walked 3 feet away. and he's just kind of watching, but something about hearing you guys kill pirates was enough to make him really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I think Anuj would walk up to you and say, "I'm sorry if I upset you. That's what Pan said you all did, and it feels wrong to me. I'm sorry."
Yeah, no, it's not. You didn't do anything. You're actually pretty cool. I like all the dust that you brought with you. All that's really cool. Maybe we can like I don't know, draw stuff later.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it would. It looks like it's stained, so we could probably draw something if we have like something to draw on.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So, is there anyone else in the village I should meet? I'm probably gonna have to stay on this island for now, though.
Yeah, you totally
Yeah.
do. And Riddance will like offer grab at
Mhm.
Anusha's hand, kind of like he's not gonna take it without permission, but he's like, you want it?
I think that this is the first time that Anuja's hands like separate from each other, and they put one hand in yours.
Awesome. And Riddance is gonna tug you over to Arlie.
Okay,
Right away.
Arlie, before they get to you, you've spent pretty much all morning on this project. Give me your roll with advantage to make a blanket.
So my first roll was a 16, and now that I have Jack of all trades, I got a +6. So that was a 22. My second roll was a 2. So I'm going to take that first one.
Yes.
Are you sure you don't want the 2?
I'm pretty
Sure?
yeah, I think so.
It's like, I mean, this is kind of incredible. You basically used like a broken off bee stinger as a needle and like just bits of thread that you had to pull out of other clothes in order to do this. It was difficult and challenging, but you were able to stay so focused and in the moment that it kind of erased everything else going on around you until this project was done. It looks like a blanket you could have bought in a shop.
Very proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to sit and I'm going to find some of the little extra thread and I'm going to sew out Riddinson's name in a corner.
Okay. Lovely. All right. So Riddance, you drag Anuj, your new friend, over to meet Arlie, who is sitting just kind of putting the finishing touches on something.
Arlie.
Hello, Riddance. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Anuj.
Hi,
I
Anuj.
just came to here.
Oh,
from
Pam
somewhere.
just brought you, did they?
Yeah. Hi. And they hold out their hand for a handshake.
And I will put the bee stinger into the blanket so no one gets stung. And I will shake Anusha's hand. It's a pleasure to meet you.
What does Arlie look like? Just for me as Russ and also for Anuj.
Sure. Arlie is a tiefling, very pale lavender in color, has very, very dark hair, lots of curls, and she has 2 horns protruding from her forehead that kind of follow the curve of her skull going this way.
Mm-hmm.
And how old does Anuj look?
Anuj looks like probably 14, 15-ish.
Okay. So around the same age as Riddance.
Riddance, yeah.
Okay.
The thing with like Anuj being an elf, they don't have like the small pointy ears, they have like the longer pointy ears. Yeah. So like when they turn, there's a radius.
I will welcome Anuj. And have you been shown around the camp? Do you know where the food is and everything?
Not really. I haven't figured out flying yet, but I'm trying.
Oh.
What's all of this stuff?
Oh, have I been told what all this is? Okay.
Yeah, this is like the stuff that it looks like it's a collection of things from the lost ones that have come here and exchanged their old things. People who have maybe gone from this place, who've left stuff behind one way or another. It's just a big pile of armor, weapons, clothing, random items from home, things like that. That's kind of an everything pile. It's the Neverland junk drawer.
This is the leftovers. This is kind of where we draw weapons and armor and kind of daily necessities from.
Oh, okay. Do I need to leave something behind? Because all I have are my clothes and something around my neck.
Can I take a closer look at what Anuj has around their neck?
They would like pull on a chain around their neck, and you would see a sort of amulet of some sort. The symbol is of an open eye, but not like a real eye, kind of like a stylized eye with like eyelashes around it and light, or like lines of light coming off of it.
Cool. That's a lovely piece. I don't see why you need to leave anything behind unless you tend to leave.
I didn't know if it was like a trading thing or something. Okay.
No.
So you said there was food? I'm kind of hungry.
Yes, I'll show you where it is. And I will kind of fold the blanket over my arms and just kind of carry it while I show Anuj, because I'm still not done sewing Riddence's name into the corner yet.
Okay. She brings you over to a big pot that's kind of in the center of this camp. There, at this point right now, there is a wooden spoon that is just stirring on its own right now. And it's over a little small fire. And it looks like it's full of stew of some kind.
What's in it?
A little bit of everything.
Everything.
What if someone can't have everything?
From what we've discovered, it tastes good no matter what goes into it.
No, I mean, what if they get sick?
DM, has that happened before?
So far, and Tessa will know this more, it doesn't make sense. You know that it doesn't make sense what is happening here. People throw random things into this and the same stew comes out. It's imaginary is the best way you can put it together in your head. It's still giving you energy and food when you eat it, but something magical is happening in that pot that's turning it into food. So you've never seen anyone get sick. You've never seen anyone have a bad reaction or anything like that to this particular thing. While that said, you have seen some people get sick eating never plants, never foods out in the wild, cooking them, camping on their own. But this particular pot hasn't done that.
Okay.
It's been safe for the time I've been here.
Me too.
Okay. All right. I guess that Anuj would like grab a nearby bowl or something.
Yeah, there are like
people just eat right out of the thing.
Yeah, people like you'll see someone occasionally like come up and like scoop a little, like just dip their bowl in, scoop it, and eat. When you taste it, it doesn't taste like great. It's fine. It's just fine stew.
Standard stew.
Stew. It's fine. And it does make you feel a little bit better to have something in your belly and some blood sugar going on. It's a nice feeling to finally feel a little something normal. Eating is a normal feeling action. And even makes you feel a little lighter, just the action of doing something that mundane and comforting.
Anuj eats a bowl and then goes and gets a second bowl and then goes and gets a third bowl. And then once they're done eating all three, they kind of just put it back and say, I feel much better now.
Good.
So what do you all do normally?
Explore. Go on adventures. sometimes Pan asks us for help, but mostly we can just go around and have fun and explore things. You do have to be back before the sun sets, though, otherwise the fairy dust flying wears off and you're stuck out there.
So since I don't, or at least I can't remember anything happy, could you all take me someplace happy?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Riddance, do you want to come?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
If you have any like favorite places, we could go there. I might need help getting there though. I haven't really figured out the whole flying thing yet.
Yeah, we can help.
Sure.
Um,
I mean, there was the thing that, what did that shell say we needed to do?
oh,
Go to the mountains?
yeah, I have.
We have to go and play with some
things.
scorpions.
Scorpions. Right.
Yeah.
Scorpions? That's cool. Are they nice?
Why were we doing this?
Because we were piggybacking, and there was a shell, and there was a tree that I made mad by accident, and then we were getting like a berry, a sudsberry I'm not supposed to eat. No, just a berry.
It was a berry and I think a nut or a walnut. I think it was supposed to help with memory.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember now. She definitely doesn't, but she
You're
says that.
supposed to get. Wait, if you're supposed to get something that helps with memory, maybe I can have some of it.
It's worth a try.
Okay. So, do I need to get anything just in case?
Let's go see. Is it Nibs?
Yeah.
Let's go see Nibs, and
Just in
Nibs can get
case.
you outfitted.
Yeah. Nibs is standing at his post, looking stern as usual.
What does Nibs look like?
Nibs is a half-elf looking fellow, grown, young, young adolescence kind of person, who has very young looking features, but very harsh eyes, is very, very, looks old in his eyes in a way. He's wearing heavy shell bits as armor all over him. He's very outfitted with weaponry, and he's standing over by a large tree trunk that's been cut and sanded down and has been turned into a sort of map of Neverland with daggers kind of put in places. It looks like a war table of sorts.
Mm-hmm. I think Anuj, seeing like the weaponry and the armor, actually like gets a little interested, like more excited about what's going on, and be like, oh wow, he has cool armor.
Does have cool armor. And you approach and kind of doesn't ease up his arms, but is like, what do you need?
How can I get armor like yours? Or weapons like yours?
Well, like mine, you'd have to learn how to make them, but there's slightly less proficient, but good armor like this over in the Forgotten Pile.
Okay. How do I learn to make weapons like yours? Can you teach me?
I don't really teach that, but there are some folks here that do. The twins, they like to teach.
Why don't you teach?
Because that's not what I do. I plan the battles.
Yeah, so you're experienced.
In planning the battles.
Yeah. So you could teach too. If you're good at something, you can teach it.
That's not what my job is here.
Oh, you have a job? Are you like... Is that like what Pan tells you to do?
Pan's in charge.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your jobs? I look at everyone else.
We have nicknames. I don't know about jobs.
Nicknames? What do you mean?
Pan calls me Bird.
Why?
I sing.
Do you like that name?
It's not a bad one.
Okay.
Heard worse.
What about you two?
Ridden's just like takes in all the air. Well, I'm not the official greeter, but I'm kind of trying to practice and I'm trying my best. And today wasn't a really good example, but a lot of the times I'm the person who goes up and I'm like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Riddenson, and I'm here to greet you officially in an official capacity." And that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
Well, that sounds like a nice job. What about you, Tessa? Do you have a nickname/job thing?
Do I have a nickname? Pan didn't give her one last time.
Pan hasn't given you one yet. It's kind of something that happens in the moment. You've seen it happen to your friends here and also to other lost ones. There'll just be a moment where you do one thing that he happens to notice, and then Pan will give you a name, and then that's it forever. But just hasn't happened to happen yet.
Got it. Don't have a nickname. I am really good at setting things on fire. Maybe that's my job.
That's cool.
That's my job.
That's cool. I wonder what
really
my
good.
job's gonna be.
Well,
But
we could take you in and
find out.
Yeah.
yeah. But Arlie, if you don't like the name Bird, just tell Pan to not call you that.
It's all right. I don't mind.
Okay.
It's just a nickname.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
Guys, so much.
That's my ringtone. Sorry.
Whose nickname is that?
That's
Ryan. I'm still a piece of garbage.
oh my goodness. That officially broke me.
I am so
Don't apologize. It was so good.
That was amazing.
So that is actually a cue that I will have to break just because they're coming to drop off my new bed. It's gonna take like 15 minutes. I'm so sorry, but if it's okay with you all, can we take a break right now?
Yeah.
And we'll come back. I will also set up for any combat that we may need to have. All right.
I'm not ready for combat. I just got here.
I know. Now, I'm not saying we are. I'm just saying I'll set up in case.
Just in case.
In case.
I've been here for 2 minutes and we already in combat.
You don't, I promise. I'm just, oh my God, I'm so sweaty. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I'm sorry about that. That was it's them letting me know that they're here. Oh my God, me too.
So good.
Unreal.
Incredible.
Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
So good. So good.
So welcome.
Yay. Okay. So we're back. I am sorry about my phone going off. So I'm sorry. Please, everybody was in the middle of such good role play and conversation when I did that, so I apologize.
We were discussing nicknames and had just finished realizing that Bird is an okay nickname.
Yes, Bird is an okay name.
Anuj is not a piece of garbage.
And yeah,
No.
no, that's your good old GM. So we have the nickname Greeter, we have the nickname Bird, and 2 lost ones without a nickname yet.
Okay. I think that Anuj would then look back at Nibs and say, so I think we're gonna go out on an adventure. Is there anything that I need?
Nibs looks you up and down and says, well, you don't look very protected. Grab something from the pile, whatever it is. There's plenty of armor, plenty of weapons. What are you good with?
I don't remember. But I feel like I'm good with a lot of things. I just don't remember what I'm good with or not.
No, pick a few things up and see what feels right.
Okay.
That's how I did it.
All right.
All right. So you are able to you're able to lead everybody back over to the pile of stuff. You do see in this pile that there's plenty of armor, leaf armor. There's shell, bark, things like that. And there are pretty much most common kinds of melee weapons. They all look vaguely familiar. Some of them are made of wood. They all look very simple.
Okay. Anuj would probably grab like a simple club or something.
Sure.
And just try and like pick up a few things, see how they feel. Probably grab a few ranged things as well if they have like wooden javelins or something that could be thrown.
Yeah, there are most of the ranged stuff you see are like either simple short bows or exactly that, javelins. There are some darts and javelins.
And then I think they would look for armor and they'd probably see the armor that's there. But I think that their eye would get caught by a shield instead, like a splintered wooden shield.
Exactly.
And they'd pick that up and be like, this feels good. I guess I could take armor, but do you think I'll need it?
Who are you talking
I'm saying that to the other 3.
Yeah.
It might be good to have just in case.
Okay. And it's okay if I take both, or should I only take one?
I mean, you can take both. It's up to you.
I was asking the others in case there's like a rationing rule on how much we're allowed to take.
Okay.
I can't. I'm not strong enough to wear armor. So if you take armor, then maybe you could take the armor that I was supposed to be wearing, and it just kind of works out as a wash.
Oh, okay. All right. And then Anuj would kind of just dive back into the pile and grab like pieces of armor to kind of make like. I'm assuming that they're all kind of detached, and you have to like tie them to yourself.
Yeah,
So,
everything.
Like,
everything's like got pieces of twine. Nothing matches in this pile. Everything is a mishmash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be a mishmash. They'd have a little club and a small bit of armor and a shield and a few javelins. That would probably be their lot.
Yeah. So you're looking pretty well outfitted now.
I think Anuj like takes one of the javelins and kind of just like tosses it up and down. Is like, this feels familiar. and kind of just spin the club around and be like, so does this. I think I know how to use these things.
Yeah, that muscle memory is all still there.
Mm-hmm.
It's effortless to do those things.
Yeah. Okay. So where are we off to first? The memory thing, the scorpions. I don't know. I don't really know what the scorpions are about.
They're in the mountains, and the mountains is the memory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's part and parcel of the same thing.
Okay.
I think Anuj would whisper under their breath, like questioningly, like, mountains are memory? Just like confused out of like they have no idea what's going on.
Oh, do we want to go to the mountains? See if we can. I mean, I don't want to go find scorpions, but Sheldon said to find scorpions in the mountains, I think.
I think so.
What?
How long would it take us to fly to the mountains?
It would just take you maybe an hour.
Oh,
Everything is like when you look over the floating islands of Neverland, like you see all these places. Like they're in the distance, but you can see like the mountains, you can see the jungle, you can see the forest where you were, you can see the lagoon off in the distance. You can even see like the small figure of the Jolly Roger, like off the coast. You can kind of see everything there.
Okay. So to the mountains?
Sure. Yeah.
I wonder if anyone knows specifically where they are.
The mountains? I think they're right over there.
That's true. Good point.
Anuj and Tessa just like point.
All right. Fair enough. I walked into that one. I wonder if anybody knows specifically where the scorpions are within the mountains. That way we're not spending our entire day looking for them.
I mean, I don't know a lot about scorpions.
We're
And
so
that's really all I have to add to that conversation.
We're so close to Nibs, right?
I don't think any of us do. Yeah.
Yeah, Nibs is kind of followed behind just to see what you picked, nodded in approval.
I'm going to turn to Nibs. You wouldn't happen to know where scorpions are in the mountains, would you?
You lot? You're going to go kill some scorpions?
I don't know about kill.
I didn't think you newbies had it in you.
We're looking into it.
I think at this point, Anuj would kind of look over to Tess and be like, do we have to kill the scorpions?
I don't think we have to. I mean, if they're attacking us, scorpions aren't, they don't sound very nice.
But like, we're invading.
But I don't think we have to. Yeah.
Like, we're invading their home.
If we get better at being sneaky, we might not have to worry about that. We tried sneaky last night. It started out so well and ended. I think I lit the boat on fire. Yeah, it wasn't very sneaky at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, anyway, I'm super impressed. And if you do, happen to take him out, Pan will be so proud. Might even put up a celebration later. We haven't had one in a while, I think.
Will there be cake?
Yeah.
Okay. Tessa is more intrigued by the cake than anything else in this situation right now.
Valid.
Anuj is incredibly uncomfortable.
Okay, so
I just kind of tug Arlie aside, like, did Sheldon warn us about the scorpions? Did we have to go talk to the scorpions? Why? How did this?
I
Everything's
believe that
fuzzy.
we had to go. I think Sheldon just said we had to go see some scorpions in the mountains regarding the
mountains.
memory. Yes, and take the berry and the walnut with us.
Okay, I have those. She like pats pockets, making sure she actually does still have those. Okay, so we don't have to kill the scorpions. We have to talk to them, and either way, we have to go to the mountains. Okay.
Yes, we have to encounter scorpions at least.
Okay.
Okay. So Nibs, where are the scorpions?
So the snow-capped mountains, not the dry desert mountains. You go to the snow-capped
Snow.
mountains. They'll be around there somewhere. They usually move around a lot. So I can't say where they are right now. But
Are they small? Are they big?
there's not that many of them.
No, I mean, are the scorpions small or are they big?
They're all sizes, like us.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Anuj, you said you were having trouble flying.
Yes. Will I have to walk?
No. I do want to try something though.
Okay.
Have you had any good memories this morning?
Food.
Okay. Think about the food
Mhm.
and think about how you felt when you ate it. And just focus on that.
Okay. Anuj does that, focuses on the feeling of like food and the contentment of like being full and feeling safe.
Good. This time, make that same wisdom saving throw, but with advantage.
Okay. That's 11. Just worse than the 12.
The food is a full feeling. But it's not, you get the sense you don't feel happy when you think about the food. You just feel
Content.
comforted, content.
Yeah.
You feel like you need to feel good, something good.
I don't think it's working.
That's fine. I just wanted to see if we could manage something. But if we can't, that's fine. We'll figure it out. How strong is everybody?
I think we're a strong group.
I think I'm technically the strongest, and I just
I
got
think
here.
you probably are.
Yeah.
Great. Perfect. Well. Oh goodness. I'm actually gonna turn back to Nibs. Nibs, surely we've had people who haven't been able to fly before. Is there maybe a harness or something that will allow us to carry them?
There's a way down. There's just not a way back up again.
Okay.
So if you think you can figure it out later, by all means,
Probably, yeah.
well, you could take the leaves down, and he'll
Leaves.
point to a corner, a ledge on the floating island. There is kind of a rig with a couple of long ropes that are tied to a big giant leaf that is fastened on 4 corners with rope, like a little basket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured.
Riddance like dive bomb runs towards it. We get to take the leaf. We get to take the leaf.
I follow and head towards the leaf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The two of you, Riddance and Anuj, will fit in it nicely, but that's going to be the max for going down. But somebody has to crank it.
I'll crank it. Sure.
I mean, you two can fly down pretty easily.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so you two hop into this basket, and while the other two lower you down, it's quite a trip. You've got a couple minutes in this little basket together if you'd like to chat on the way.
So, where are you from?
Oh, well, I'm from like around.
Okay. Um,
Where are you from?
not here, but I don't know. I don't really remember where. I mean, I can like. There's something there, but I don't know what it is. You know?
Oh I some of the others around the camp say that a lot about
Mhm.
like a fuzz or a
Yeah.
curtain.
Yeah. It's like I'm squinting my eyes really hard, but I can't see because my eyes are too closed.
Mm. Is it like squishy? Does it feel squishy?
It feels more like rough,
Oh,
kind of like gravel.
well, I thought it was more fun than that.
No,
I don't feel like I'm missing out now.
yeah. So do you guys just go on adventures every day?
Like most of the days, yeah. Sometimes we have adventures. Sometimes we imaginate. Sometimes we eat food.
What
Sometimes
do
we
you mean by
draw stuff.
imaginate?
Oh, it's so much fun. You just like think of stuff and then pretend like, oh my gosh, how much fun would it be if that happened?
Like what?
Like sometimes, like if like one day just the weather went all crazy and it was lots of different kinds of weather at the same time.
Or what if it started raining candy?
What? Have you seen that before?
No, I haven't. Or like they were talking about cake earlier. What if it started raining cake?
That would be the best.
I'm actually not sure what cake is, but they seemed pretty excited about it.
Oh, it's pretty cool. I've had like 2 of them all to myself. Well, I mean, I had to share a little bit, but
Oof. The basket with the two of you in it kind of lands a little harshly on the ground, and you both sort of tumble your way out of the basket, unhurt, but just a little bit tossed. And you look like you're right outside the tree line of a forest. You two ladies, once you feel the basket hit the ground and the rope stop giving, you can fly your way down to meet your friends.
I'm gonna take like another 30 seconds to finish the riddance signature. And then I will put the bag in one of my pockets or put the blanket in one of my pockets and fly down.
I'm
Excellent.
gonna do like a swan dive off
Pocahontas.
Yeah, you're the most experienced flyer, so you're fine to do that. So they land down to meet you. And here you are on land, ground sea level-ish. Ahead of you to the left is the jungle. To the right, the forest. Okay. Can we take 5 real quick? I'm so sorry, guys, that I keep doing this today.
Yeah,
of course. Of course, it's a good spot.
Okay, all right, and we'll pick back up in just 5 minutes. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm so sorry for the 2 interruptions today, but we are back, and we are back for the rest of the game. So our lost ones landed and are presently with the rest of Neverland ahead of them. The floor is yours. What would you like to do?
So how long of a walk is it to the mountains? Since I don't think I can fly.
I would guess probably about the same as flying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Riddance, can you fly?
Oh, I can fly. And Riddance hops up in the air and tries his best.
Yeah, Riddance, you just whoop, and you just, plop right up there.
Noticeably less chaotic without the added rudder of the blanket.
That's true.
I think that Anuja's face kind of drops just a little bit, realizing that they're the only one who can't fly, and they're like, oh, okay. All right, let's go.
Okay. Actually, before Riddance comes down, I'll yell up, "Hey, Riddance, can you tell us which direction the mountains are in? The snow-capped ones."
Can Riddance see the snow-capped mountains?
Yeah, you can see the tops of them. You see side by side, there are mountains that look dry and sandy. And then there's right next to them some mountains that are nice and flush and green with a nice cap of snow right at the top. They're both straight ahead, and you'll know that when you get to them, they'll look entirely different. They're one to look like desert land and one to look like a nice green mountain. And they're both directly to the north of you.
Riddance points and is kind of still fumbling in the air, so points with a hand and then points in the right direction with a different hand and then points in the right direction with the tail. It was that way.
Okay, thanks. Come on down so we don't lose you.
Okay. You kind of dive bombs back down toward Arlie.
Oh God. Catch the child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the side steps.
Yep.
Nope.
So flying is just a little bit faster than walking, but it's not too much of a big difference. You just have to walk through a little bit of woods in order to get to where you're going, but it's going to take just a little under an hour to travel in that direction. As you're traveling, you try your best to be a little bit quiet, I assume, just because of the last adventure you were on. Everybody maybe make a stealth check for me.
9.
19 plus 1.
19.
Nice.
Thank God for Jack of all trades. 18.
Nice. All right. As a group, you're actually keeping each other in line a little bit when Tessa starts to take charge and stomp a little bit. Everybody kind of calms her down. You're allowed
Crunchy
to.
leaves are really fun to jump on.
Mm-hmm. So you actually keep it mostly quiet as you wander through these Neverland woods and up towards the base of the mountains. When you get to them, you see the base of the mountains could not look any more different. One looks like a thank you, Maddie, for the raid. Hi, everybody. You you see the 2 mountains side by side. There's a sandy looking desert hill and a green flush mountain. And I mean, they're fairly tall, these mountains. But you can kind of see that there's pathways, kind of not like a roadway, but there are paths up going around them. It looks like people have made treks up these mountains before.
Follow the trail.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna say Riddance, Tessa. Both of you make me perception checks.
10. I'm actually going to use one of my inspiration points to re-roll that.
Go for it.
14.
14 on the re-roll. Yeah.
Okay. So for the two of you, as soon as you start going up this trail, you get this sense that, oh, maybe there's not just the group of you here, that not like you're being watched, but you feel like you're in company. Like there are people around you.
Is it because of the tracks look fresh, or just sort of a general sense of not alone?
Like how you can tell someone's watching you when you're asleep, that kind of feeling like there's somebody else here.
So it's not somebody's watching you, but it's somebody's watching
But
you.
somebody's watching you. Somebody's in the room.
Okay.
I always feel like
Tessa,
Yeah.
you know how like when I'm not really eating right away and Toodles is kind of watching and I kind of like pretend that I don't notice, but I notice. I kind of feel like that right now.
Toodles doesn't watch me, so I don't feel like that, but I feel the same way. I hold up a hand for the other two, just like,
everything okay?
I don't think we're alone up here.
Oh.
Can I
turn
take
around
around?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I see anything in terms of like fresh tracks, trees moving, anything like?
All right. So when you take a look out into the mountains and into the scenery, everything is looking fresh. The pathway looks fresh. You can see now markers in some of the trees, little pieces of cloth tied to twigs. And as far as the trees, you could see them rustling, but nothing too specific. The trees themselves aren't moving or anything like that.
It
It's
might just
okay.
be some
Okay.
animals.
Probably
Yeah.
it's okay. Okay, let's just be totally normal. Okay, and then every step that Riddance takes from now on is like purposely like a half step larger in an exaggerated attempt to look normal.
Love Riddance.
Love it.
And they're just walking forward like normal because they're just like, we're just like in a forest. There are animals around. This is fine.
I'm gonna start humming under my breath while we're walking.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of scorpions.
I was definitely thinking hi ho, but that works too.
Yes.
All right. As you go higher and higher up this circular path up the mountain, at a certain point, you're going to reach an area where there's a little bit of a level part of this mountain that's clear. There's still more to go, and it's getting colder and colder the higher up you go. At this point, you see this clearing kind of carved into the mountain is just ahead of you. And Tessa, you have the good sense ahead with everything that you've sensed to stop everyone before you cross the path of this clearing.
What's wrong?
There's a clearing up ahead, and it's just weird. Is there anything in the clearing, or is it just straight up just cleared
You can't
out?
quite see. You just see that there's like a bit of flat ahead of you, and it looks like there's something like carved into the side of the mountain there. Like you could just see the mountain curve in, like there's a cave or a tunnel or something like that carved into the side of this mountain.
So there's something up ahead. I don't know if it's good, bad, neutral. Just
Be careful then.
Yeah, just be careful, quiet,
Okay.
than we were being.
I guess at this point, Anuja would take out the shield, but not the club. I'm gonna just sort of walk with the shield in front of them and be like, I guess I'll lead.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Riddance kind of behind me.
Okay. So marching order, we have Anuj taking the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Then Tessa also up ahead, followed by Arlie, followed last by our little caboose. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we got
Protect him at all costs.
Yeah, we've got a marching order. Anuj bravely walks and peers around this corner. As you do, you see that tucked into this little clearing, there looks to be a campfire.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of trees oddly positioned around this campfire, and there are a few people, just 3, that look like they're cooking something over this fire. They are heavily armored. They're all wearing big turtle shells that are kind of strapped to either side of them. Massive, human-sized tortoise shells. They have heavier looking weapons and shields on them. But at this moment, they're sitting on a couple of logs and cooking something.
Question. What are they cooking?
It looks like, small game animals.
I hate it so much. Anuj would just approach.
Okay. Tessa, you quietly try to reach out, and Anuj, they weren't facing you at all. But as soon as you take a step into this clearing, the first little crunch of dirt under your foot, and they unshield, jump up, and turn to face you. There's a tiefling fellow, a human lass, it looks like, and also a dwarven lass as well.
Oh, hi.
They all unshield and kind of turn to the tiefling one. The tiefling one turns back and says,
"Oh, I what did they say?
You with Pan?"
Not really.
Can I poke my head around? Like, Pan's not with us.
Look at you. You're definitely with Pan. And the other 2 say, well, what do we do?
Hey, sorry.
Duck my head back out.
Sorry, I'm new here. I was taken from somewhere. Hi, I'm Anuj. I just saw your fire and it's getting kind of cold. We're trying to find scorpions or something. We were told to find them to help with memories. The mountain is memory, something like that.
Pan told you to find us?
No, I wasn't here when we were told to find scorpions. Were you all told?
I'll come forward.
Show the rest of yourselves right now.
I'll walk forward. We weren't told by Pan. We were told by a shell?
Fuck.
Oh, that's not a nice word.
The dwarven lass is going to step forward. Riddance, are you still hidden or are you out as well?
Riddance is actually still hidden right now.
Okay. The dwarven lass is going to kind of like elbow the guy. Like, how old do you think this one is? Oh, yeah. How old are you?
To me.
To who?
To Anush. Yeah. After you called him out first for cussing.
14, I think.
And you say Pan just brought you here.
This morning, yeah. I don't remember where from. I can't fly.
He's already out on his own. The mothers haven't found him yet. I don't know. You points to Hourly.
Yes.
Have you been here just since this morning too?
No, I've been here for about a month-ish, but I can remember most things.
Wait, you know where you're from?
Yes. It takes me a little bit to remember, but yeah, I do.
Huh.
All right. All of you, just take a seat.
You're not gonna hurt us, right?
We're not gonna hurt you unless you do something stupid. Just take a seat. We have to figure out what to do with you and
the tiefling person seems to be in charge, right?
seems to be reluctantly so.
Okay. Anuj would come up and place their shield on the ground in front of them, and then take their weapons off and place them in front of them and say, I really don't mean you any harm. And then go and sit down.
Yeah, kid. I know you don't. Just usually the smaller ones get picked up first. Normally we'd cut down anyone from Pan's group that came anywhere near this mountain. I don't want you to think that we wouldn't either. Is there any more of you coming up this mountain?
I'm gonna look around and I don't see Riddance. There was I don't know if he wants me to find him or not, so I'm just gonna stay quiet.
Not that I know of. It was just our group.
And what did you come here for?
I kind of look to Tessa and Arlie because I don't know what memory thing you were told.
Question. They seemed to recognize Tessa, right?
Absolutely.
Or at least that she's with me. Do I recognize them at all?
Yeah, I mean, at least one of the people here has been in a full-on combat situation with you and other lost ones with Pan before.
Okay.
You've definitely had conflict with them in the past.
Guess who should have read her notes? Okay. She's putting a few things together that just we were just here to see if we could fix our memory.
I'm gonna say, but what about the berry and the walnut? I'm gonna look over to the other group to be like, I have no clue what this is, but we were told it was necessary.
point at Arlie, like, yeah, and then pull the berry and the nut. And I think there were some dried leaves too.
Yes.
Out of my pocket. The dried leaves are probably a little crumpled or crackled from the fight on the Jolly Roger, and just put them like right next to Anuja's shield and weapons on the ground. And then like bolt back, like, don't hit me.
Yeah. So the two that are not the tiefling will kind of scuttle over to it and give it a look-see. And then Dora says, well, they do have almost everything in here, just missing a few ingredients. So you did meet that stupid crab. And the tiefling kind of like scratches right behind his horns and will be like, well, that doesn't mean we can trust you. That crab will talk to anybody. But if you want your memory back, well, you definitely didn't tell Pan that. They would not have let you go.
I mean, Pan was mad at me, I think.
I'll step in. Anuj likes to ask questions, but Anuj is new.
It's because I told him that killing was bad.
You're not wrong.
Pan doesn't understand bad. You still do, which is why we want to stop.
What do you mean still do?
You
gonna stop understanding what bad is?
If you stay with Pan, I don't usually do the whole pitch about this, but yeah,
is there someone else we should talk to about this then?
Well, yeah, you are too young. The scorpions don't take kids, and as far as I know, neither do the mollusks, but the mothers usually are much better at this than I am. They usually take care of the smaller ones.
I mean, I might be small, but I think I'm a good fighter.
I'm sure you are. It's just that, well, you're no use to Pan, and he,
Who are the mothers? Just like interrupts this train of thought, because Britton's talked to her about mothers this morning, and then they came up again.
Look, I don't really know if I can trust you. I'm only entertaining this because you got a kid with you, and I'm certainly not going to disappoint the mothers by attacking a group with kids in it. And
what if I left? Would you tell them? Pointing at Anuj and Arlie. Like, if I wasn't here, if I wasn't listening.
Arlie, how old is Arlie?
I'm early 20s. I'm pretty old.
Yeah. He looks at Arlie and says, nope. Sorry, not until I know I can trust you.
I can stay. If you want to keep going, I can stay for a bit. I don't think they're going to hurt me. I believe them.
Why do these mothers want the kids?
To get them away from Pan.
Why is Pan bad?
Why?
Sorry, 1 second.
And the scorpions appear, actual scorpions.
And then the scorpions float the village. No. He will kind of sheath his weapon back up and say, look, all right, I guess we're in a little bit of a pickle here. None of you are going anywhere until I figure out what to do. We can't have you go back to Pan and tell them where we are. We don't know what to do with them, pointing at Anuj. This isn't really how things usually go, and I am not gonna mess it up.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, kid, not your fault. What's your name?
Anuj.
Anuj. Got it. Not your fault, Anuj. Just not usually how it goes. I will, you all get in here and just stay for a moment. And he's gonna whisper into the dwarf's ear, and she's gonna kind of start to hustle her way. And then what happens is
while that's happening, can I send a message to Riddance?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send a message saying, I think you can come out. They seem to want to protect kids, and they mention the mothers.
That is up to Riddance. Riddance, you see the dwarf kind of scurry out and run further up the mountain path past where you all are. And as far as it goes, the rest of you are sitting in this little caved entrance. The tiefling is, I didn't describe him, by the way. He's red with like black horns that similarly like go straight back across his head. And he's pacing a little bit. She's just gonna figure out what we have to do here.
You're not gonna hurt them, are you? You said you wouldn't hurt me, but what about them?
It depends. It depends on whether or not they are working with Pan. We fight the lost ones because the lost ones are not doing good things. And usually they attack us. And, other creatures that live here in Neverland. Have you seen much of Neverland?
No, I still can't fly, so I took the leaf down and then we walked here. I'll be honest, you're the first people or creatures besides the people on the islands that I met.
Why can't you fly?
I'm not happy enough, I guess.
That's why you want your memory back.
Well, I can feel something there. And I know there's something happy, but I think there's also something bad. I was crying when I landed, and I don't know why.
Lots of people are crying when they get here. It's kind of thing, Pan, brings people who are in a bad spot. It happens a lot. It seems like a good thing, usually. Sometimes, sometimes.
I was holding something and I lost it. I don't know where it went.
Something important?
It feels important.
Do you remember over where?
I think a jungle.
Okay. If it makes you feel better, it's probably not lost. That area is pretty safe. It's probably still there.
So I can find it, whatever it is.
Yeah, and that would be good. Sometimes when you have something that's from your past, it helps you remember.
Okay.
So,
I mean, the only other thing I have are my clothes and, well, this, and then pull out the amulet once again. I don't know what it is.
It looks, and he looks at it like he also is struggling to remember something. It looks nice. Well, just don't worry, and we'll figure it out.
How do you all get here if Pan doesn't bring you here?
Everyone here was brought by Pan.
Everyone?
All the people, at least.
Even the
Hook?
mothers?
You met Hook?
Yeah.
Huh?
Possibly may have set his ship a little bit on fire. Also may have probably slightly fed Smee to the crocodile.
I was not here for this.
No, Anuj was not here for this. This was last night before they got here.
Oh. Why'd you kill Smee? He doesn't. Well, I mean, that's. Well, anyway, the ship is fine, and don't the pirates are. You know what? I don't think I should be telling you so much.
No, it's totally fine. I think you should tell us things like that.
I don't even know you.
Anuj would look at Tessa, and like this isn't even whispered or anything. Anuj would just say, "I don't think they trust you."
Oh, they definitely don't.
You
Thanks.
might. Yeah, I know we've fought before. It's just, I know it wasn't your fault, probably, but I know we have.
So is Smee like actually dead, or is he coming back?
Oh, normally I'd say he'd be fine. The crocodile you fed him to, was it quite big?
It was very large.
Size of the ship.
Yeah,
That's
it was really big.
That's not just a crocodile. It's a long story, but that I gotta rewind. All of the people, the living, alive people, like you and like me, we were all brought here by Pan.
Okay.
That's a very specific statement.
You're
Yes.
saying there are not alive people?
Yes.
Wait, are they imagining
gonna get-
people?
Am I gonna get haunted?
We're all a little haunted here on
That's
Neverland. That there are some not alive people. That is correct. He's gonna kind of peek up to go and look outside of the cave to get an idea of what time it is. Riddance, what are you doing?
Riddance is still like above the door to the cave.
Mm-hmm.
And by now, I think he will have walked Sudbury inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and nobody will see this.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Very good. Just let me know if something happens.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Sudbury pulls out a knife.
Sudbury goes.
Am I about to get haunted? Shing!
That's kind of
Yes.
it. Like, Riddance hears the word haunted and casts prestidigitation just to get some wind going inside the cave.
Yeah. So the tiefling says we're all haunted here, and a nice little breeze kind of whooshes through the cave. At that point, the tiefling will walk out and see to go check what the suns in the sky are doing. As he looks up, he sees one, that it's just about after midday, and more importantly, that there is a dragonborn child in the sky, and he
Who's
will
like doing this?
fall back, saying, "Oh shit! Ah, God!
Oh yeah, that.
Riddance.
He's with
Riddance
us.
He's like mid blow, so his hands are like shimmering in the air, and he's kind of like imagining to himself what wind feels like. He's like, ooh.
Scary kid making ghost noises does happen to scare our tiefling over, and he will just shout back and say, "God, Emily, there's another one!" And the other lady there who is about to pull out a great axe kind of slowly puts it back down and say, "Another one what?"
It's our friend Riddance.
Yeah, he's with us.
I think he gets scared.
Riddance goes, "No, I'm not. I'm a spooky ghost."
Is Riddance
So
dead?
proud.
Riddance better not be dead. I'm gonna go outside.
Yeah, I hope not.
I am not going to ask a lot of you all, but don't lie to us, okay?
I'm sorry.
Some of us are very
Jumpy.
jumpy, and some of us have been and lost people to the lost ones in more ways than one. So please don't do that if you don't want to get accidentally hurt. Right?
Oh, you lost somebody?
We've lost many people.
I'm
Do
gonna
you want?
put a
Go
hand
ahead.
out to Riddance.
Riddance will float down to Arlie, begrudgingly.
Catch the child.
Gotcha, child. Look, are there any more of you hiding out,
No.
inside, or around this cave?
No,
No,
this was
it's
everyone.
just the four of us.
All right. Before I spill anything else, there are a couple of hours to sundown. in a couple of hours, you won't have any more fairy dust left. You'll either have to go back to the islands or you can stay.
But you said you don't take kids.
We don't, and we won't keep you here with us. We'll get you somewhere safe, maybe, or we'll figure out something to do. But before I tell you anything else, you need to tell me if you're going to go back there tonight or not.
Well, I can't fly, so I can't go back, really.
It looks to the rest of you.
I'm going to look at Tessa.
Just the eyes emoji going back and forth between Arlie and Tessa.
The two moms just like, what are we doing?
And the two
What
kids.
are we doing with our two children?
Yeah, what are we doing with our kids?
We love our lesbian moms.
Wow, I did not put that together yet.
Riddance turns to the tiefling and goes, "Who did you lose?"
Several of our friends, and also many other fighters here. We have lost. Some of them are stuck on that floating island. Others are gone completely.
What do you mean stuck on the floating island?
They forgot. And now they're back with Pan.
Well, what's the recipe?
Okay.
No, because it's good for people to have their memories back, right?
Yes and no. It is good, but it can be
Hurtful.
yes, particularly because we haven't really found a way to leave Neverland. So when you have your memories, like a lot of us do, and the Emily in the back goes, it sucks.
Tessa just kind of like clutching that tarnish locket around her neck. But you can fix that. You can get rid of the wall, right?
The wall?
Yeah, that's blocking anything. I know there's things behind it, and I know it's there. I just can't.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
the painting thing?
Yeah, for me it's shimmery and it's really pretty, but it just won't move. You can get rid of that and I can find out what's behind it, right? Even if it means I'm stuck here.
Yeah, we could do that for you if you're not going to go back to Pan tonight.
Why can I remember? Sorry.
Tonight or ever?
You know what? We'll just say for tonight.
What if we make a lot of it?
Well, it's hard. The ingredients kind of don't last and they're not as easy to find, all of them. So we make in small batches and we share, and sometimes we have everything and sometimes we can't remember everything, and that's okay because the whole group is together.
Well, what if
Why can you remember things, Arlie?
I don't know. It's hard. But I can if I concentrate.
Yeah, some of us can remember. There are a few people here who don't need the memory potion. Some of us, not all, not most even, but some of us can remember pretty much everything without it. And that's kind of who started all of this.
So if Pan brings everyone here, is this kind of like Pan's own playroom, kind of?
That's exactly what it is, kid. Good way of phrasing it.
But why can Pan leave?
They know how. And as far as I know, no one has ever gotten here or left without either Pan or that little
Fairy?
sprite. Yeah.
But are there other fairies?
I've seen a few, maybe, but never gotten close enough to talk to one.
So if we don't go back tonight, then you could fix our memory. I mean, I don't want to leave here without Anuj and they can't fly. So I don't know. I look at Arlie. Is Riddance in here with us at this point? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like clutching that necklace very tightly. There's probably an imprint in her Tessa's palm at this point of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving anyone. And they're going to ask questions. They're going to ask why we didn't come back.
Yeah.
We can just say we
They're
can
not
carry a
gonna allow
news.
Just out of, DM question. Once we stay out and then don't get a fairy dust replenish, are we then stuck without flying until we can find some way of getting back up? Or
yeah, all of your fairy dust will wear off, and as far as you know, there's no other way besides the fairy dust that Pan gives.
Okay. Yeah, we can just say that we didn't want to leave Anuj, that we couldn't get back, and then I mean, if we want to get back, we can find somebody to help.
I don't understand why we can't take the leaf back up.
Yeah, why can't we take the leaf back up? Does it only go
as soon as you lower it back down, the lost coil it back up.
Right, got it.
Mm-hmm.
But couldn't one person or couldn't we shout up, let them know we're there?
Tug it down.
Cast message.
Rapunzel.
Hey, Nibs.
Let down your long hair, Nibs.
I think however we figure out how we get back, if we get back, I think the point is that we're staying here tonight, right? Are we all okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Riddance looks worried, but he knows better than to say out loud.
No. Riddance, what's wrong?
What's wrong?
Riddance stands up and he looks at the tiefling and he goes, I could choose to stay, but you're not going to make me stay. Are you going to make me stay? Or do I get to choose to stay?
the tiefling like shifting backwards and is like, look, riddance, is it?
He pulls the card out and he holds it up to the tiefling. And he goes, yeah, my name's Riddance, and I'm the official greeter from the Department of Neverland Maturity, and I'm here to greet you. Greetings. And he squints.
I didn't know about that department. I'm very pleased to meet you, Riddance. Look, I don't make people do stuff that aren't in my crew. As of right now, you're not in my crew. So I can't make you do anything. All I'm gonna do is offer you some help if you want it. Does that work?
Riddance looks at Tessa and goes, do we need his help?
Do I get an overall sense of trustworthy? I'm understanding that I've fought at least this person before. Do I get an overall
Insight check.
Of yeah, the insight check is what I was trying to find the words for. 18.
18. I would say Anuj also has seemed very inquisitive of this person as well, and I would let them do an insight check as well.
Insight. What's my insight bonus? Let's find out, everyone, together. It's +1, so 13.
Tessa, you get a read on this person. Looking back, they have attacked you and other lost ones before. However, when you start thinking about it, each time, and as you're like kind of clutching this, your like memories are sort of coming back a little bit. And you remember that every time they've attacked you, it's been because Pan or Nibs were bringing a group of you to attack them, and they just kind of got the jump on where you were going. So everything he's saying right now, and the fact that they haven't attacked you, is throwing a wrench into the previous idea you had of the scorpions. You are sort of changing your instinct on them that he's being trustworthy.
Okay.
Anuj, a little, you could tell that this person is very uneasy in dealing with you, and Riddance in particular feels a little like he's trying to walk on a ship for the first time when he's talking to the two of you in particular.
Anuj would look at Riddance and say, I don't think that you need them, but I think I need you here. I'd like to have my friends here.
I look at Riddance like, I think we can trust them. I don't think they're gonna make us do anything.
I mean, I think if they were going to attack us, they would have done it the moment I put down all my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Riddance looks back at the tiefling and says, what's your favorite color?
Red.
What's your favorite animal?
I like skunks.
Could a skunk be red?
Here they can be.
Riddance turns to the group and goes, there's some imagination in there.
Yeah.
There's
is.
some imagination
There
in there.
is.
I think he looks back at the tiefling and goes, "We're good," and pockets the card.
All right. I like the criteria that the Department of Neverland Maturity has. It's fitting for this place. Well, all right. So then we're going to do this. We're going to get enough of this potion made to get you some of your memory back. All right. And he looks back at the other, and she walks over to one of those trees in there, and she sort of, takes her dagger and climbs up the trunk of it and into the leaves, comes back down with a couple more nuts and berries, hops back down and goes over to the bowl that you had, gives it a look over and tosses it in. I mean, it's not a lot, but it could get all of them, I think. Just gonna walk over to the fire, and anybody want to help?
Yeah, I'll help.
Sure, I'll help.
Okay. The tiefling's gonna hang back and keep like kind of a look out on the entrance of the cave while the rest of you go over to the fire. They've got a little bit of a pot set up, and she starts tossing things in, breaking the nuts open. Occasionally she'll pass a couple leaves to Anuj and ask them to crush them. Mm-hmm. I would say everybody give me a medicine check. Who is helping?
12.
Natural 20, so 23.
Nice.
Nice.
11.
Okay. Anuj, you have an interesting thing happen while you're helping. At first, she starts passing certain items to each person and telling them what to do. Anuj, she hands you a couple of leaves at one time and asks you to crush them. And after you do, you stop waiting for her to hand you things. You start picking up nuts and cracking them, and are like sniffing different things and committing them a little bit and just kind of understanding what needs to happen. It's sort of like you're watching, and each time she does something, it just makes sense and you're able to do it again. And you all spend some time over this fire concocting until it starts to bubble a little bit and become a little bit of a liquid, and starts to froth, and then she'll take it off the fire, take a little bit of a bottle and put it in. It looks like a little bit of a syrup, and she sets it down and says, once it's cool, then we can you can drink it. I'm good for a couple more weeks.
Oh, it's only temporary.
Yeah. Neverland does this. Once you come in here, it starts to erase things.
So, Pan leaves and brings playmates here. And then the place erases their memories so they never leave.
You got it.
Why?
Why is a bigger question than my pay grade. I don't know really. I don't know why Pan does anything. I also don't know why Neverland does anything. I just know that we're here and we're stuck. And I know that if something bad happens to you here, unless you're a pirate, it's permanent. And that's how we've lost people.
So the pirates can come back?
Yeah.
Maybe the pirates are those not living people.
Yeah. Zombie pirates.
That's a rather unpleasant thought.
Rims tries to give Tessa a hug if she'll take it.
She'll take it.
Are there any people who were here before
Thanks, buddy.
Pan?
Some of the critters. There are some plants, some animals.
So Neverland did exist before Pan did. Or at least Neverland used to exist separate from Pan.
The tiefling kind of turns around and butts in at this point and says, "We think so. We don't know that for sure. It's just a running theory that we have."
Clearly there's, because Pan can get out and we all got in. There's a door somewhere that has to swing in and out. So
But Pan's the only one who knows where it is.
who knows where it is or knows how to open it.
Open it.
Yeah, that's what we think. We've tried to get, well, not we, but the mollusks have tried a couple of times to get Pan to believe that they were bringing some people out for a good reason, but they're not very trusting. It's hard to trick them.
So there's the scorpions, the mollusks, the mothers, and the lost ones. What do you each, what, I kind of guess what the mothers represent, but what do you and the mollusks represent?
Well, we're both trying to protect ourselves and our own from Pan and the lost ones. It's just that we have some different philosophies about how to do that.
Like what?
Well, the mollusks, they mostly try to sneak in, take some of the weapons away, some of the, destroy some of the traps without hurting anyone, which I respect, but sometimes that doesn't work. And sometimes Pan and his will attack without warning. And we mostly believe that we should be prepared to fight and should maybe take the initiative sometimes and strike first.
So why don't you work together?
Sometimes we do. But the mollusks are kind of hard to find. They're good at what they do. They stay kind of hidden. And it's hard to tell sometimes who's with Pan and who's without. The only thing that really tipped me off about Chal was that you had a kid with you. That gave me pause. Otherwise, I would have assumed straight away that you were a threat.
Why are kids of no use to Pan? You said that earlier.
Well, Pan likes to fight the pirates. The pirates won't fight the kids.
pretty sure I saw some of those pirates taking a swipe at this one, pointing at Riddance.
Riddance, you do remember that some of the pirates did attack you, but Hook in particular, when you were right in his face, burping in his face, burping poison right all up in it. He was heavily armed, much bigger than you, and towering over you. And he just sort of picked you up and like put you to the side. So this sort of, it maybe sounds like a half truth. Like maybe the pirates or some of the pirates won't hurt kids. Certainly Captain Hook gave you that impression.
What would happen if everyone who works with Pan had their memory restored?
That's what I was thinking. What if we put the potion in the stew?
How strong does that potion need to be?
It needs to be, it's not so much that it needs to be strong, it needs to be a lot. And we need to get it in there. And
that pot, I've seen a lot of really questionable stuff go in there, and not so questionable stew come out. I don't know what.
It couldn't go in the stew.
No.
What if we put it on the cake?
It could go on Neverfood.
I've never seen Pan eat.
Pan doesn't need to eat it, but if the lost ones eat
everybody
it,
else.
It won't work on Pan anyway, but that's not who we needed to work on. This is something. It would be a big undertaking. And he looks over.
What do the pirates want?
Poor sods. They want to go home just like anyone else. Or they want to leave at least.
Then why are we fighting each other? Or why are you all separate groups? Why don't you all work together? If you, the pirates, the mothers, the mollusks all work together, you could probably gather all the ingredients.
And enough of it.
It's the memory issue. The mollusks, the mothers, and us, we do work together sometimes. But the pirates, they can't really remember. Hook remembers Pan, remembers that he hates Pan, and that he wants to and cannot leave until Pan's defeated.
And
sometimes
Pan be defeated?
I don't think so. Some folks around here do. But Hook can't remember. And so when he sees any of us approach, it's nothing but a fight.
But he won't fight kids.
That's true.
We don't need to give everyone on the ship their memory back. We need to give Hook his memory back because he's the captain. So if a kid brings him the potion, he might listen.
I'm not sure that the pirates can drink a potion.
Why not?
Is it because they're maybe not alive?
It's complicated. The pirates are they're definitely real, and their weapons are sure real, but they're not so real anymore.
How cooled off is the potion?
It's starting to get cooled off. However, you look back to where it is, and it's not on the ground where it was going.
Is it anywhere?
No, not that you can see.
Where did the potion go? And I point to where it was supposed to be.
Shit.
I out of character have suspicions.
Me too.
I know exactly which
Yeah,
little shit
me
took
too.
it.
Yeah.
Ridden stands up and he says, I don't want that.
But I want that.
You don't want to remember? You don't want what? What don't you want?
I do remember. And I don't want that. What if there are other lost who don't want that? I don't think you should make them have that if they don't want that.
And they don't have to.
But if we put it in the
if you put it,
cake. Mm-hmm.
you can see kind of Riddance is like trembling right now when you speak.
Why don't we start with us? We take the potion, we remember, those of us who want to, we remember, and then we can figure out the rest of it from there. I mean, we don't need to plan everything out tonight.
This is all
That's
very
true.
new, and we've got time.
There's a lot. Mm-hmm.
And also, Riddance, the potion won't last forever. They won't have it for very long, even if we do that plan.
Riddance just stamps his feet and he goes, you won't do that plan because I won't let you do that plan.
I believe
because it is not okay.
You got it. Won't do that plan.
I'm going to.
We'll have a different plan.
Do you promise?
Promise.
Orally.
Whatever the promise symbol is.
I'm going to kneel in front of Riddance. I promise we'll figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
But what you are doing first off, did you take the potion?
I did not take the potion.
Do you know who took it?
Yes.
Can you ask them to give it back, please?
If you promise.
I promise. Cross my heart.
But Riddance, do you realize that you are also making people's choices for them by withdrawing that potion? Do you understand that you are withholding their choice?
The potion floats back in front of everyone.
Thank you. We promise we'll come up with something else.
Besides, that's not nearly enough for anybody that's not standing in this cave. Riddance, you already have your memory, right?
Maybe.
And Arlie, was it? You also. Well, that's enough there for 2 people. I'm not sure how strong or potent it'll be, but it seems like it would be enough. Tiefling's gonna look about again and say, all right, it's getting late. We'll probably have company soon, good company, and we can talk more. But why don't we, those who want to can have the potion.
I'm gonna.
Anush would take
Yeah.
the potion.
I was gonna
Would
hold my
very
hand
much
out
like it.
to Riddance,
Mhm.
and would you walk with me for a minute while they do this?
And Riddance like just nods and complies.
Where do you go?
Just outside the mouth of the cave.
Sure. Okay.
Not far.
Anuj and Tessa, do you both drink?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is just before 5:00. We will be stopping here. I will have you both roll off the stream when and so that we could start next time with you knowing what comes of that. I just want to thank everybody for being here and for dealing with my in and outs today. I'm so sorry about that. It's just a special circumstance, and that won't happen every time. So thank you for those who followed and subbed. The hosts and raids were awesome and fun. Please don't forget to check out the Welcome to the Party Patreon or the Discord channel as well, and the merch over at sonerdwear.com. I don't know who we're rating yet, but while we figure that out, can everybody who is in this right now, please tell me where else everybody can find you, because you're all amazing. Amazing. I would say let's start with Kate.
I'm Kate. I play the Tiefling Arlie, and you can find me on Twitter at KatesD8.
Morgan.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is R. Morgan Slade. You can find me at Twitter at R. Morgan Slade and YouTube at R. Morgan Slade, where apparently I write nerdy sea shanties.
Really
And that's a thing you can check out.
good
Go
nerdy
do it.
Really
sea
good
shanties.
ones.
I was going to yell at you if you didn't catch that. I was ready to yell at you.
Thanks, Diana.
Okay. Sarah?
Hi, I'm Sarah. I play the human wizard Tessa, and you can find me on Twitter at Arclight Phoenix. Phoenix is missing some vowels, so just keep that in mind.
Yes. And newly joining us, Russ, please.
Hi, I'm Russ Wild. You can find me on Twitter at Russ Wildest. You can also find me in a lot of other places. You can find me on your nearest podcasting app, GMing Prism Pals, a all-queer 5e family-friendly podcast. On Mondays, you can find me on the Onyx Path channel at 8 p.m. EST, playing Seattle by Streetlight, and I'm trying to think of anything else to promote. Oh, you can also find some of my writing coming up with the Unbreakable Anthology, an all-Asian module anthology.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
super
my
cool.
God. Wow, that's right. Excellent. And I'm Diana. You can find me on Twitter and TikTok and everything at Super Dylan. And I am co-host of the Femsplained podcast. Please not to be confused with the Femsplainers podcast, which is a like alt-right podcast that made its name after us, I promise you.
Yeah, big yikes.
You have been awarded one yike.
Yeah.
Or a snack.
And you can find me around just making D&D and tabletop things everywhere. We are going to raid Jess over at GoJG. As we do, can we all raid their chat with a bangarang when we get over there, just to
Yes!
announce our presence in a wild way? But I think we are ready to go. We'll be back here 2 Eastern next Saturday. And I think we are good to go. I already don't understand how to raid, but we're going to do it. Your rating.
Yes.
Ooh. Are we off?
Are we good?
Yep, I think we're off.
Sweet.
We're off. All right.